In this legendary, definitive political and espionage masterpiece, genre pioneer Tom Clancy delivers a spectacular, masterfully constructed foundation for his iconic Jack Ryan cinematic universe. Chronologically serving as the true origin story of the franchise, set years before the events of The Hunt for Red October, the narrative introduces Jack Ryan as a sharp, fiercely analytical former Marine turned history professor at the U.S. Naval Academy. While on a family vacation in London with his pregnant wife Kathy and young daughter Sally, Ryan's peaceful holiday shatters when he witnesses an explosive, high-daylight ambush on the British royal family in the middle of a busy street. Acting on pure instinct and tactical training, Ryan single-handedly intervenes, neutralizing the armed attackers, taking a bullet to the shoulder, and saving the lives of the Prince and Princess of Wales. His split-second heroism thwarts the plans of the Ulster Liberation Army, ULA, a highly radical, ultra-violent splinter-cell of the Provisional IRA that views standard political terrorism as far too moderate. While the world showers Ryan with international honors, knighthoods, and global fame, a deadly undercurrent forms. Sean Miller, the cold-blooded, psychopathic tactical leader of the ULA, whom Ryan wounded and captured during the street fight, manages a daring, bloody prison escape during a high-seas transport. Backed by infinite funding and safe havens provided by rogue international intelligence agencies, Miller makes Ryan his absolute singular fixation. The conflict transforms from an international political crisis into an unyielding, deeply personal vendetta when Miller brings the theater of war directly to American soil, launching a terrifying, high-stakes assassination attempt on Ryan's family along a fast-moving Maryland highway. The narrative functions as the absolute gold standard exploration of the personalized political vendetta and the reluctant analyst archetypes. Clancy masterfully utilizes the home invasion siege and the ruthless radical tropes, trading classic Cold War nuclear logistics for an intimate, heart-pounding look at asymmetrical terrorism and domestic defense. The novel masterfully explores a high-tension intellectual versus sociopath dynamic, mapping out how modern counter-terrorism operations must layer analytical data tracking, satellite surveillance, and raw tactical tradecraft to anticipate an enemy who operates completely outside the boundaries of human morality. Clancy's writing style is immensely clinical, authoritative, and deeply rooted in the structural mechanics of international security. He excels at institutional realism, providing the reader with fascinating inside-the-room breakdowns of CIA analytical pipelines, British Secret Service logistics, and the specific ballistic properties of the firearms favored by international cells. The pacing is a slowly burning fuse, meticulously building tension through global intelligence gathering and tactical planning before detonating into frantic, chaotic, and white-knuckle action sequences, culminating in a pitch-black amphibious assault on Ryan's cliffside Maryland home during a torrential storm. The book tackles profound themes of the fragile boundary separating domestic peace from global violence, the psychological toll of taking a life in defense of others, and the definition of a true patriot when a family's survival is on the line. It asks a chillingly practical question. When a professional killer makes your children his target, can an analyst trade his books for a rifle and win? As Ryan accepts a full-time position at Langley to use the entire weight of the American intelligence apparatus to hunt his family's stalker, the stakes expand into a cross-continental game of cat and mouse. The geographic backdrops, shifting from the historic foggy streets of London to the secure corridors of the CIA, and finally to the dark crashing waves of the Chesapeake Bay, serve as a magnificent, unforgiving stage for Ryan's permanent evolution into America's ultimate counter-espionage weapon. By its breathless, intensely satisfying conclusion, Patriot Games delivers a timeless, emotionally resonant classic that cemented Tom Clancy's status as an absolute giant of popular literature. If you love high IQ, high-stakes espionage thrillers that balance deep tactical realism with family-driven emotional stakes, think authors like Vince Flynn, Brad Thor, or Mark Greaney, this monumental foundation of the Ryanverse is an absolute mandatory masterpiece for your library.